All right, welcome. My name is Julie. I'm with VisionariesNV, and I'm so excited to kick off our member spotlight with Jennifer Battle.
Hi, Julie. It's so good to talk to you. Really excited to talk about me, Startup Vegas, and Visionaries NV.
Yeah, welcome. Happy to have you. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you're new to Vegas. Well, within the last year, correct?
Yeah, I think everyone in Vegas is new until you hit that 5 year point, and then you're a local.
Right.
Yeah, so first I'm Jennifer Battle. I'm the community manager with Startup Vegas, and Startup Vegas is a nonprofit organization that's really dedicated to growing and supporting the startup industry in Southern Nevada. So we're part of lots of other amazing organizations that are supporting a lot of the new businesses, new startups, and so it's been great to be a part of that. And as you mentioned, I'm a newbie. I'm new to Las Vegas
Right.
myself. I've been here less than a year, almost a year. I'm coming up on my 1 year anniversary. And everyone always asks me, like, so why'd you come to Vegas? That's always the great first
Right.
question. And I did come to Las Vegas from Michigan. I came here as an entrepreneur. And interestingly enough, well, first all my Michigan friends are like, it's hot there, right? I'm like, yes, thus the appeal from the -20 temperatures. But
Exactly.
but one of my really great friends, entrepreneur friends, who was already in Vegas at the time as I was looking for other places to settle. I mean, I was looking at lots of different cities. And she said something that really stuck with me. She's like, you know what, Jennifer, at the end of the day, Las Vegas is a place of great people and great possibilities. There's so much that you can do here. And I think that really stuck with me. I've been to Vegas many times, but like most people, mostly the strip. I knew regular people lived in Vegas. I knew there was an economy outside of the strip. But so I hopped on a plane. I took a long trip out here to see like where normal people lived and worked and played. And I loved it. I fell in love with it. And then several months later, I moved out here. So of course, I moved here in the dead of summer, or actually at the end of summer, but it was still hot. And I still fell in love with it. And after a few months, I really was sick of staring at my walls as an entrepreneur working from home. So I was looking for other opportunities and I was connected with Startup Vegas. I first started going to their events, met some amazing people, and then there was an opportunity for a community manager. I applied for it and I've been working for Startup Vegas for several months now. It's a great organization. I love how Startup Vegas supports the community. I love that it's part of a whole kaleidoscope of organizations that are supporting Las Vegas entrepreneurs, people coming to Vegas, people who are here and homegrown in Vegas. And it's just been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that. I love that you just took the leap. And I'm sure
Yeah.
it helps. I'm sure it helps you as well, being new to the area and being able to relate to these organizations that you're working with, right? In
Yeah, I
just
mean,
getting
and I
started.
think that's the gist of Startup Vegas. One of the things we do really well is community. I mean, we have programs and events that are educational and are meant for connection and pitch practice, but at the heart of it, at the heart and soul of it is community and relationship building and meeting people is so critically important to businesses. It's something that in my entrepreneurial endeavors, that was a huge part of what I did. I ran a digital business community for entrepreneurs for many years. And it's those types of relationships that really help move businesses forward.
Yeah,
Yes, we can talk about financing, funding, and all that stuff, but at the heart of it is like you get those opportunities, or you meet people, or you find out information through relationships, and so
right,
that's why community is critically important.
right. Yeah, amazing. And what was it like coming here at the very beginning, if you can go back in time? Was it hard to adjust to that drastic change, or
What
you
a
were
great
ready for it?
question. Yes and no. I mean, in a lot of ways, I felt like, I should have lived here my entire life. It's such a great. I mean, I always tell people living in Las Vegas feels like you're on vacation 24/7. Not because I'm not working, but because everything is so much more relaxed than from where I'm from. I'm from the
Right.
Midwest. I'm from the manufacturing and hard work and 40 hour and all that stuff. But here, everyone works hard, but there's like a casualness to it. And I feel relaxed. And maybe it's the palm trees and the breeze and the fact that it's so hot that nobody's actually wearing a suit. But I felt very comfortable here. And also, the people here are incredibly kind and friendly, not just like at the grocery store, but in business settings too.
Right.
So, what I found is like people are always very willing to help you out as a new person in the community. So that is a huge benefit. Now, I did struggle a little bit because culturally it is different.
Hmm.
And there are just some things that I had to learn and adjust to, but nothing horrible. The biggest thing for me is meeting time starts. So I'm used to being in a place where it's like, oh, the meeting's at 9 o'clock. We're there at 8:55. And here it's like, oh, 9:03,
Yeah.
9:05.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of more of that West Coast type mentality where it's a little bit more relaxed. But I've quickly adjusted to that. It
Yeah.
definitely makes life here less stressful. So even as an entrepreneur, even doing business, even on the days where I'm working really, really hard, it feels good. It feels
Right.
relaxed.
I love that. Thank you. My next question is, how did you find Visionaries NV and, why is it important for Startup Vegas to have a presence within the community?
Yes, well, fearless leader of Visionaries NV, Raphael Katarzinski. This is how I found out about this organization. I was in a meeting, and that's the first time I met him. And I was like, this is a really interesting guy. He has a big personality. He's really passionate about what he wanted to do. And at the time, he was really just kind of it was more in the ideation stage, like he was playing around with some concepts. And for me, coming from an area in my own business where I developed communities, this was really exciting. From a Startup Vegas point of view, again, we do communities really well, and we wanted to continue to do that. So I really enjoyed the passion that Raphael had for this community, the vision he had for the community. And it was just a natural fit for Startup Vegas to be part of it because, when new businesses come to Las Vegas, maybe from other states, or maybe they're growing a business in Las Vegas, again, you kind of want to know, like, where do I start? And that's kind of how I felt when I moved to Las Vegas. It's like, well, where's the entry point? Because we know all this stuff is happening, but do I go to this group or this group?
Mhm.
And Startup Vegas has been an entry point, but now Visionaries NV has this great entry point with partners from all around the community. So naturally, we wanted to be a partner. We wanted to support this mission. We wanted to let people know what resources that they had in the startup community.
Mhm.
And so it was natural. It made a lot of sense. And it's just been fun working with him and you and your team. And I really do enjoy the community.
Yeah, likewise. We're happy to have you. Tell us about what's going on with Startup Vegas and why, this might excite and intertwine with what we're doing in Visionaries NV.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with Startup Vegas, please first be familiar with it. Go to startup.vegas. And you can learn a lot about what we do. But like I said, the kind of core of the work that we do is around programming. So we have programs to help businesses scale, grow and scale their businesses. We have programs for business owners who are getting ready to pitch for more funding, and we set up like a pitch practice where we have investors, we have founders in front of a public audience, which is great for both the founders on stage and for the people in the audience who are looking to do the same thing. We have programs around connecting women in technology and women in startup spaces. We have a program called Link Up, where it's co-working and casual networking with lunch and learns. So we try to create many different types of opportunities for founders and startups at early to mid stages in their business to grow and scale and develop.
Hmm.
So what I'm really excited about is that we are doing our scale up programming at a higher frequency where we have monthly programs for that. So far has been really well received and attended. And our project partners on that, Project Wilbur, have been awesome at delivering some really helpful and relevant content to startups and founders. I'm just really excited because some of the we've seen in our programming, for example, we were a Techstar Startup Weekend host. And if you're not familiar with that program, we partner with Techstars. They have these things all over the world. They have Startup Weekend and Startup Week, but Startup Weekend is basically you get groups of people together, and the goal is to basically build and imagine a company from idea to market
Mm-hmm.
in like a weekend. It was crazy. But
Wow.
what was really exciting is we had a company come out of there and actually start a real company.
Oh,
And it's
cool.
excellent and it has so much great growth potential. So what I'm excited about are continuously being able to offer these diverse opportunities for businesses to learn how to really grow and get practice and have the support of the Las Vegas community around them. And it's just been really cool to see these companies in the short amount of time that I've been with Startup Vegas really start to realize their vision of growth and
Mm-hmm.
scaling and offering resources. Excuse me. And sorry, their
It's
vision
okay.
of growth and scaling. One of the great things we have, or the other thing I'm really excited about, is we're broadening our partnerships. Most recently, we have been partnered with Blackstone Launchpad, and they have been amazing in helping us offer internships, not only for the students in the community, but resources for these businesses. So we have 30 different interns placed throughout Las Vegas, and they're working on things like some of them are doing like development work for solar companies, and others are doing like marketing and sale marketing and communications type work. Some are doing a database. They're just doing so many great
Right.
things. And it's exciting to be able to have partners who provide resources where we can support both students and the business community.
Yeah.
So we are definitely developing some additional partnerships we're really excited about, and really excited to share that with our Startup Vegas community.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love that you at Startup Vegas have so many in-person opportunities because, in a virtual world, in a remote world that we're in today, it's so important to have these continuous events and opportunities to get together in person. So I really appreciate that about Startup Vegas.
Yeah, it's interesting because I remember the COVID days, right?
Yeah,
We're so zoomed out, it's not even funny.
right.
And then we go to in person, but now we kind of have a hybrid. We're that's another thing we're doing more of is our live streaming. We just updated and kind of refreshed our YouTube channel. So the great thing is if you can come in person, great. But if you're someone from out of state or out of the country looking to see like what does it
Yes,
look like to be part of this community, you can join our live streams or you can watch
right.
the events recorded on our Startup Vegas YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
it's a both and. I love the in-person stuff because I love people. I love engaging
Hmm.
with people, thus the community manager. Uh,
Makes sense.
but it's also good to know that when that option might not be available or you're on a
Yeah,
different schedule or you have a conflict, you can still engage in the community in the way
right.
that
You have
makes sense.
options. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great. Well, awesome. Is there anything else you would like to share, Jennifer?
No, I'm just really excited because I think it's really easy when you come to Vegas and you see all these different organizations we're all geared to doing very similar things. We want
Hmm.
to see other businesses thrive. And I am such a firm believer in that this is not competition. We need all of these organizations. There's going to be something you need from the chamber. There's going to be something that you need from Startup Nevada, which is a different organization. There are so many resources available, and I'm just glad that Startup Vegas is a part of it and that Visionaries NV has a platform to bring all of these resources together.
Hmm. Yeah, it's nice to feel like we're all one. The
Yeah,
same mission.
we're swimming towards the
Right.
same post there. So
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Jennifer, for being here. And we're so happy to have you as a part of this community.
Oh, thank you so much, Julie. And I'm excited to meet all the other new members.